Okay, so moving to the 2020 A-level paper, question 5. Give me answers quickly so we can go faster. Law of demand states that, not a question that I should be answering. Law of demand states that what? When other things remain the same, higher the price of the good, lower the quantity demanded. Law of demand. Easy. Moving to the next. Quantity demanded of a good is what? Yes, what is quantity demanded? What do you think? There are so many close answers here. One says the amount of the good that consumers plan to purchase at a particular price, independent of the price of the good, the level of income of the consumer, independent of consumers' buying plans, always equal to the equilibrium quantity, amounts of goods that consumers are going to buy at different prices. Which one? 105. That is the close answer, right? 105. One of this is demand, one of this is quantity demanded. Remember, guys, okay? One particular point, right? One particular point is called quantity demanded. The entire relationship is called demand. Okay. So what is quantity demanded? The amount that a consumer is willing to buy at a particular price, at one price. So at price 10, quantity demanded is 100. At price 5, quantity demanded is this. So at one price, what is the consumer willing to buy? That is quantity demand. What is demand? Demand is the overall relationship, right? Where you put everything together. This price, this much, this price, this much, this price, this much, yeah. Amounts that consumers are going to buy at different prices, make a note. This is what you call demand. Okay, there is an essay question on this. When it comes, I'll explain there. Okay. One particular point is called quantity demand. Is that fine? Okay. Now, moving to the next. Easy one. Which of the following can cause an increase in the quantity supplied of good X? Quantity supply. Be very careful. Quantity supply. So there is good X. There is the supply curve. Earlier supply was here. Now there is a increase in the quantity supply. So that means it's going from here to here. Right? So which one, guys? An increase in the quantity supply can be caused by what, guys? By a change in the price, right? Other factors would shift the supply curve. That's an increase in supply or decrease in supply. So an increase in quantity supply can be caused by an increase in the price of that good. So which one is our answer? Which answer talks about an increase in the price of that good? Answer number 1, right? Increase in the price of good X while other things remain unchanged. So increase in the price will increase the quantity supply. All other factors might cause something else. Moving to the next. What about 3? Improvement in technology. So improvement in the technology, guys, will cause what? That will cause a increase in the supply, right? Not an increase in the quantity supply. So if there is a, see that on quantity supply, remember, quantity supply is along the curve. Supply is a shift. Okay. So not 3. Answer for the 5th one. 5th one, answer was 2. Right. 8th one. In a competitive market, if both demand and supply increase, what will be the effect on equilibrium price and quantity? We have done this now 100 times. What can you say, guys? Equilibrium market. This is the equilibrium price. What is happening? Demand is also increasing. Supply is also increasing. For sure, you can say the quantity is increasing. The price, you can't say. The price can either remain same, it can increase, or it can decrease. Which one is our answer? Quantity will definitely increase, but the price and quantity will definitely increase. Price could either rise, fall, or remain the same. We have done this so many times now. Going to the next. Suppose the market demand function for a certain consumer good is represented by QD equals 500 minus 5P. What is the arc price last year demand of this good over the price range of 20 and 30? Good question. So first of all, guys, can you calculate and tell me when the price is 20, what is the QD. When the price is 30, what is the QD? Can you all substitute to the equation and give me the numbers? When the price is 20, it's 500 minus 5 into 20. How much is that? It's 400. When the price is 30, it's 500 minus 1 is 3, right? Okay. So then how do you find arc PED? Arc PED is what? Your minus B component, change in QD over change in P, right? You can put that, or you can take directly from the equation, multiplied by, remember, you take the average price, P1 plus P2. You can divide by 2 if you want, but since you're dividing both by 2, no need also. Q1 and Q2. So how much do we get, guys? Our B component is minus 5. Okay. P1 plus P2 is how much? 20 plus 30 is 50. I'll put the whole thing below. 20 plus 30. This one, Q1 plus Q2 is 400 plus 350. Okay, so I can further simplify minus 5 into 50 over 750. How much do we get, guys? Solve this and see. 350, guys, here. So 350, I substituted 30 into the demand equation. QD equals 500 minus 5P, 5 into 30. Instead of P, I put 30. Because they're asking here 20 and 30. Minus 0.33333. So that has to be our answer. Are you all okay with that, guys? Fine. Answer for question 8 is 2. Are you all okay with that? Okay. Right. Then going to the next one. Question 10. Demonstrating, this is a good question. Huh? Demonstrating their generosity at the time of national distress. Let's say tsunami or COVID or something has happened. Vegetable farmers in a country decide to sell as much vegetables as consumers want to buy at half the competitive market equilibrium price. As a result of this action, what will happen? Let's try to figure this out. Interesting story. Okay. Okay. So there is demand, there is supply. Okay. Based on demand and supply, you have market equilibrium price. So let's say this is a vegetable we look. Let's say this vegetable, 1 kilo of this vegetable was, let's say 100 rupees. 100 rupees, let's say consumers bought 10 kilograms. That is how it was initially. And now what has happened? A national distress, maybe COVID, maybe some floods or something. So now the vegetable farmers have decided to do what? They have decided to sell these vegetables at half the price. So earlier it was 100 rupees. Now they are selling the vegetables 50 rupees and selling whatever the consumer is willing to buy. So let's say at 50 rupees, consumer is willing to buy, let's say 15 kilos. Yes, what can you tell about consumer surplus? Consumer surplus. Earlier, consumer was paying 100 rupees, buying 10 units. Now, he's buying 15 units, only paying 50 rupees. So, consumer surplus for sure you can say has what? Consumer surplus has increased, right? Okay, that is for sure you can say. Is that part clear, guys? Is everyone okay there? Consumer surplus increase. Okay, right. Is what can you tell about producer surplus? Okay, tell me this, guys. If I draw it like this, tell me if this is correct or wrong. Earlier producer surplus was this. Now the producer surplus is this. let's say I'll highlight a different color in black. Let's say. Now the producer surplus is this. Is that correct? What do you all think? Earlier consumer surplus is that red triangle. Now the consumer surplus is the black triangle. So now consumer surplus is this. What do you think, guys? Okay. Okay, if it's wrong or right, okay, for those who are saying wrong, where is it wrong? Where is the thing? Why it's wrong is, guys, remember, consumer surplus is what? The difference between, sorry, what is producer surplus? Difference between what the producer is willing to receive and what he actually receives. For what? For the market equilibrium quantity. Now the quantity is 15. So producer is willing to receive for 15 units, he expects this much, right? He expects this much. But what does he actually receive? He actually receives this, right? 50 into 50. So if you look at his producer surplus, actually what has happened, guys, now this is not something that we can show in a diagram. It's a little bit of an advanced question. Okay, so what I want you all to think is consumer surplus, there is no harm. Consumer surplus, earlier he bought this much, now he is buying more, right? So that is fine. Consumer surplus has increased, that is easy. But producer surplus, what I want you all to figure out is earlier it is this. Okay, now the producer surplus is, you can't really show this in a diagram because now the producer surplus is, he is supplying 15 units, means producer is expecting this, right? What is producer surplus? Difference between what he expects and what he actually gets. So he's expecting this, he actually gets this, right? 15 into 50. So here producer surplus is negative. If you look at it, producer surplus is negative because producer surplus is a benefit, no guys. So when would you have a surplus? You would have a surplus when the amount that you actually get is more than what you are willing to get, right? So if you look at this, the willing to get triangle is much bigger than what he actually gets. So what does the producer actually get? The producer is the farmer. He's selling the 1 kilo at 50 rupees. People are buying 15. So this is what he actually gets, no? What he actually gets, I'll highlight in pink here. This is what he actually gets. Is that part clear, guys? He actually gets this part, 15 into 50. What he is willing to get, right? The area that he is willing to get is this much because he's supplying 15 units. So actually you can't show, there is no producer surplus that I can show in the diagram here. So because producer surplus in this diagram, guys, is a negative component. So I want you all to take some time and think about this. Okay, so it's a good question. So consumer surplus increases, producer surplus actually decreases, but decreases a lot, right? Becomes negative also. So there is a huge fall in the producer surplus. So what can you tell about overall economic surplus, guys, if this happens? Economic surplus, consumer surplus going up, producer surplus is decreasing a lot. Economic surplus, what do you think? Will it increase? Will it decrease? Will it remain unchanged? What do you think? It will decrease, right? Consumer surplus and producer surplus together no is economic surplus. Consumer surplus going up a bit, fine. But producer surplus is falling a lot, guys. So economic surplus decreases, right? Look at your answers and see which answer goes with this. Answer number Answer number 1, right? Economic surplus will fall. Surplus increase, wrong. Surplus no change, wrong. Consumable fall, no. Produce surplus will increase. Fine. Did that make at least a little sense? If you all have that ability of thinking that extra step and figuring it out, ideal. Okay. Sorry, mic is on. Okay. Okay. Done. Moving to the next. Consider that was given up by the producer was got by the consumer. No, it's like this. No. So what was given up by the producer? Now, what you need to understand is the producer is now supplying more, right? He's supplying 15 units. You need to understand that. So for 15 units, what he is willing to get is this entire part, this entire black triangle. He's expecting that, but he actually gets only this pink color rectangle. That is the produce surplus, the difference between that. So you can't now what this guy is gaining is not what this fellow is giving up. No, it's not equal. Take some time and think. If you still can't figure out, we'll have a deeper discussion on another day. Okay, right. Okay, this one. Okay, this one, guys. Again, I'm going to leave it. Right, I'll give you the answer itself and leave. Income effect of the price change is negative. Income effect is negative. Can be for an inferior or a given good. Once I upload that recording, which I told you, you'll be able to figure it out. But the substitution effect dominates. That is in a inferior good. So how does that work? I will, like I said, I will upload that recording. So make sure that you all watch that recording before the 2019 paper and then come to this question. Okay, going to the next. When a price ceiling is imposed in a market, this is an easy one. Can you all give me an answer? When there is a price ceiling, guys, that means the price is set at a lower level. Okay, what can you say? When there is a price ceiling, there is a shortage. Correct, right? This you can say, no? Because when there is a price ceiling, the supply is only this much, the demand is high. So there is what? There is a shortage of the good. Surplus, no. Sellers are better off, no. Price is low, so bad for the sellers. No one is made better off, no. Consumer is better off. Quantity supplied is greater, no. Quantity demand is greater. Going to the next. Which of the following is not a problem associated with the imposition of an effective price floor? Not a problem. So they are imposing a price floor. Okay, that means a price above the equilibrium price. Will there be an excess supply? Can you tell me that? Yes or no? First one. Yes, right. There'll be excess supply. Come on, when you have a price flow, supply is over here, demand is over here. So there will be an excess supply. That is a problem. The transfer of income from non-agricultural taxpayers to farmers. Guys, what does that mean, guys? What is that whole story? You know what happens here? When you say effective price flow, this is where the government intervenes and gives a deficiency payment or a price support. So what is happening? So either the government will buy the extra supply, or maybe there is a deficiency payment and they will pay the deficient amount. So whatever said, what is happening? Government is spending. No, government is spending either to buy the excess, they are spending, or they are spending to provide a deficiency payment. I'm hoping you all remember those. Deficiency payment. How does the government spend, guys? Where does the government get the money from to spend, to buy the excess supply or to provide deficiency payment? Where does the government get the money from? Government gets the money from taxes. So what is happening? They are collecting taxes from different people, and they are using this tax money to pay the farmers. to buy the excess supply of the farmers or to provide a deficiency payment for the farmers. That is what they are doing, no? So what is this here? Transfer of income from non-agricultural taxpayers. So from people like you and me, we are non-agricultural taxpayers. So government is taking the money from us and giving it to the farmer. How? In the form of a deficiency payment, in the form of buying their excess. That is also kind of a problem, no? So that is our money, right? Government is taking and giving it to the farmer. Kind of like a problem. So this also you can say is a problem. Is that okay, guys? Point number 2. Transfer of income from non-agricultural is also a problem. Okay. Then large subsidies paid by the government. That's also a problem now. For example, deficiency payments and all, these are like huge subsidies the government pays. These are problems, guys, because you don't want a government paying subsidies, because whenever government is paying subsidies, they are taking tax money. And then higher price for consumers, yes, that's also a problem. When you put a minimum price to help the producer, the consumer has to pay a higher price. So that is also a problem. But will there be an emergence of black market? Where does the black market come, guys? The black market comes when there is not a minimum price. This happens when there is a maximum price. That is your answer. So you don't have black markets when there is a minimum price, no, guys. Black markets happen ideally when there is a maximum price put. A price ceiling has been put. So this is the answer, because this is not a problem associated with a price floor. It's a problem associated with a price ceiling, though. But that's not what we are talking about now. So therefore, we can go with answer number 5. Is that okay? Step. Okay. Done. Right. Next one. Okay, easy one, guys. Can you all give me an answer? The market demand function is given, equilibrium price is given. So they're asking you for consumer surplus. So how much is the consumer surplus? So demand function is given, equilibrium price is 65. So substitute the 65. Can you give me the equilibrium quantity? How much is the quantity, guys? 625? No. 2 into 65 is 130. Equilibrium quantity is 50. Okay. How much is your maximum demand price? The price when QD equals 0. That has to be a 90. Right? I'm not showing you each and every step now. So how much is our area? Half into how much is this? 25 into 50. So you have to get a 625. Is that okay, guys? Can you all find a simple question like answer like that? Okay. Okay. So that's it with the 2020 A level paper. Hoping that you all would have got more of it correct. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 questions there. How many of y'all did y'all? How many did y'all get correct? Maybe apart from those tricky 1 or 2 questions about that farmer and selling half and all of it, at least if you can get 7, 8 correct, I think it's a good number. Okay, right. Going to the last 2, guys. I'm hoping y'all are okay with doing the class a little extra today. We'll finish the 2 papers. Fine. Rather than pushing it to the next class. So next class we can do the essay questions. Another 20 minutes. Fine. Okay. Right. So going to the next one.